We've now been joined by Jeff Gordon, Vice Chairman of Hendrick Motorsports, and no stranger to Martinsville Speedway here. Jeff, take us through those final laps and maybe just what it was like from your position, watching obviously William lead, but knowing that, you know, Kyle was in the mix as well.
I felt like a total stranger watching the end of that race. It's just so nerve-wracking, you know, to be so close to accomplishing the ultimate goal, which is to get two through, and you know, so many things that can go the opposite way, cautions or, you know, who knows what else, and so, you know, to get so caught up in the 24s race, the 5s race, the 9s race, and I mean, it's just a fantastic, you know, battle and race, and I mean, the 12, Blaney, you know, we've seen what he's done here the last couple of years, and they're so good here. So when they got the lead, I didn't lose faith, but I will say I thought it was going to, you know, really be challenging to get by him, and just could not be more proud of the job that William did. Obviously, qualifying played a role, that number one pit stall, and then the pit crew did their job, but just a great race car and great race car driver, and you know, total team effort, and yeah, just absolutely an epic race, you know, and can't think of a better way to go to Phoenix next week to battle for a championship in that way, as well as you know, the solid job that the 5 did all day.
Well, just what were the nerves for both of you guys? What were the nerves there on that final restart, given you guys have seen what can happen on a late restart here at Martinsville? Well,
I mean, listen, there was some contact, right, between Ryan and William. I think it was just really hard racing, and you know, there was a gap there, and I'm proud as can be of William that he went for that gap, right? I think we talk about him maturing. It's not just him maturing, it's his aggressiveness too, his you know, yearning for how bad he wants it, and I think that showed it right there, is that he you know, that was his opportunity there, you know, and he went for it, and there was contact. So when there's contact, then you know that you've opened up the door for there to be contact, you know, that you could receive. And so, you know, I think I was really curious to see how he and Ryan raced one another. I knew they were going to race one another hard, but I mean, to me, William, I believe, had the race of his career today. I know it wasn't a Daytona 500, but to me, the way he handled himself and the way he approached it and raced today was just unbelievable. And that last restart, I would put right in there with that. I mean, he nailed that restart. Not only did he get the jump, you know, in the restart area, but then he drove that thing deep down into one, went up wide, turned it, and drove off and cleared the 12. And we saw how strong the 12 was on the outside in some of those restarts. So I was anticipating the 12 giving them a heck of a battle, but I was also expecting him to give him the bumper. And William didn't give him the chance to do that.
Hey, Jeff, Dalton Hopkins with Front Stretch. What is more nerve-wracking, watching or you yourself leading this race?
In that car all day long. Not today. Yeah. I don't want to be in there at all, right? But no, I know where you're going. It is so tough to have basically zero control over what happens and sit there, and you just want it so bad because you see these guys and the effort they put into it, and how bad they want it, and you want it so bad for them and for the organization, for the people, and for Rick, and so you lose a lot more than you win. And you know, I was talking to Rick a little bit earlier, and we're just still, as many good things that have happened for Hendrick Motorsports over the years, to want something as bad as we wanted to transfer through today, you're still doubting whether it's possible or whether it could happen, and what's gonna disrupt that. And so yeah, you're those kinds of nerves, and you know, looking at it from that perspective is far more nerve-wracking than being in the car.